All right, got that not urethane badass blue bowling ball from Hammer. Let's see just how not urethane it is. Hey, looks pretty smooth and controllable. We'll see how the review goes. Hey, what's going on everybody? So it's Jesse here with 10 Back Bowling again. Today we bring you the highly anticipated new release from Hammer, the not urethane blue bowling ball. So this bowling ball comes with 1000 grit on the surface, and it's a symmetrical bowling ball that's supposed to replace essentially the Purple Hammer that's out on the market from Hammer for the PBA events, you know, the tour guys, regionals. I think that, you know, so far from what I've seen out of the bowling ball, it rolls very similarly to a Purple Hammer. I'm very interested to see how it's going to perform on this house condition that we're going to throw it on today. Typically when I throw urethane pieces, which again this is not urethane, but when I throw bowling balls that have that urethane type motion, I don't usually have a lot of success on house shots. So I'm interested to see the reactive aspect of this and if it helps me to perform a little bit better with that type of ball motion today. So remember, before we start the video, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go see what a not urethane bowling ball looks like. Okay, so first shots of the new blue. Usually the first shot with this bowling ball, urethane type, usually not super great. Okay, so not too bad for a first shot. Historically, when I've thrown urethane, these bowling balls, you know, kind of first shot on the lane, aren't typically very good. For example, with the Purple Hammer, when I would throw that on a lane condition like this, you know, out of box, it usually would almost not even hit the pins at all. Go close to the 7 pin. So for this to not read immediately at my toes, it's pretty nice to see. Okay, so that was much better. As you can see, you know, from the first shot, it read a lot earlier. That second shot was a little bit cleaner to the front part of the lane, and it had good motion on the back. So very quickly, I'll show you the flare lines on this ball. So it does flare a little bit more than a traditional urethane ball, as you can see. A little bit more similar to a reactive piece, which would make sense considering this is not urethane. All right, so let's see what the third shot here. Yeah, so overall, I really do like the shape of the bowling ball. Considering it's not urethane, it definitely rolls like urethane for sure so far. So I think that, you know, when you're looking for something that's very smooth, predictable shape, this is definitely a good option. We'll throw a few more shots. I do realize though that this is going to be a video that I'm playing pretty straight for the most part. Okay, so not bad. I got that one in just a little bit compared to the previous shots. I think that's the thing that we like to see, right? If you get it in just a little bit, there's some hold there in the middle. As you can see, still had pretty good pin carry considering, so not bad. Yeah, so that is definitely some of the characteristics of urethane that I would expect to see also. You know, when we talk about the comparison between the two, you know, with urethane, when you miss in, you don't get it to the friction at all. You see it really just kind of glides all the way down the lane, as it also did here. Now, the other thing I'll say about this new ball that they came out with is it looks pretty cool, right? I think that they actually called it the Badass Blue color. Yeah, so far I think the ball looks really good, especially on a house shot condition. For me, I don't use urethane on house shot conditions, and most people do not, but for the select few that are out there that do, I think that if you like the Purple Hammer and you don't want to deal with a lot of the PBA issues that have been arising the last couple of years, and you want something that's going to be very close to that if you elect to go compete in a PBA competition, that's going to be in play for you, like, this is clearly a good option. Yeah, I mean, definitely not mad about the shape that I see out of the bowling ball. I think it rolls really well right now. It's very smooth and controllable, but it's not overly sensitive to the friction. That last shot, I got it out just a little bit compared to the previous two. Kind of expected it to hook a little bit more, but it held. Yeah, man, the ball looks really good actually. This is very surprising for me to see the way the ball's rolling currently on this house shot condition. When I've thrown pitch blacks, Purple Hammers, Zenus on this similar condition, they would not roll like this for me. They would look good for maybe a couple through practice, and then a couple shots, a couple frames, and then after that they wouldn't read the lane, down lane I should say. They wouldn't read down lane. I would leave a lot of flat 10s. So far, I'm not seeing that. I do like the shape down lane that I get out of this bolt so far. Still continuing through the pins very well. So I'm gonna throw one more shot here on this area. Clearly, this is where the ball wants to be, which is what I would expect to see out of this. I'm gonna go ahead and make a move left. We'll see how reactive the ball really is. I will be extremely shocked if this bowling ball hooks as much as a typical reactive ball would be as I make this jump left and still is able to get through the pins. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, I'll throw a few shots. I'm going to try to do some stuff with my ball speed, my hand, see if we can get the ball to get to the pocket, but I think this is where you see that true comparison between this new blue and then like a Purple Hammer or typical urethane pieces. It's not going to be a ball that you're going to hook the lane. But again, that's not a bad thing, because hooking the lane is not always the answer. Okay, so I slowed that one down just a little bit. Kind of got around it a little bit more too. Did read a little bit better down lane. Still, as you can see, not able to get the 10 pin out. So we'll keep going. But again, I'm very impressed with how the bowling ball rolls. I think this is definitely a good tournament ball. Yeah, so again, another 10 pin. Threw both of those shots pretty good. I was very happy with that. So what I'm going to try now, I'm going to stay in that same spot. I'm going to close my angle a little bit, keep the ball in the middle of the lane, a little bit more in the oil. I don't expect this ball to pick up down lane, but it'd be kind of cool if it did. kind of leaked that one out right, so try again. Can't all be perfect. Even though we try. All right, there we go. Make a little bit better shot. All right, so got the light mixer. But yeah, as expected, the bowling ball is just not going to hook in the middle of the lane. So we'll make a jump back right, throw a few more shots, see if that area that looked really good a few shots ago is still kind of there, or see if we start to experience any carry down already from the bowling ball. Pushing the oil down the lane. Again, for me, with urethane bowling balls, they looked good for a little while, and then they didn't look good. So I'm interested to see how this looks now. Okay, so there you go, a wrap 10. Threw that pretty good. I think I got that one. I got that out a little bit earlier than the previous shots, but it was pretty close from a line perspective. You definitely saw that one not able to get through the pins like the previous shots did. And yeah, so now you're starting to see some deflection. The ball's not continuing through the pins, and that, again, it doesn't surprise me to see that. Even though this isn't a urethane bowling ball with the type of motion that it's giving me, it's definitely not a surprise. It's unable to get through the pin deck all of a sudden and drive through the pocket. But yeah, I think so far, if you're looking to replace a Purple Hammer, this is going to be about as close as you get from a ball motion perspective. Okay, so I got that one in a little bit, didn't throw it all that great. I'm going to make a small adjustment left. I'm going to make a two-board move left here with my feet. Kind of get away from the early friction on the lane just a little bit over here on the right side. This house historically, it has a lot of friction to the outsides. So I'm going to move in, small adjustment here. Okay, so that looked pretty good. So I'll throw a few shots here. See if we can continue that look. But yeah, I'm very impressed so far. I think that a lot of people are going to like this bowling ball. Whether it's for the ball motion that they see or they get out of it, or it's the color of the ball. People like the aesthetics of the bowling balls. Yeah, so got that out right early. Not going to get back from there. You can see where it caught, that friction that I was kind of talking about, and then just lost all motion down lane. But you can also see that when it saw the friction, it didn't go sideways, like a traditional reactive bowling ball would. All right, let's make a little bit better shot here. All right, so I got a light mixer. Do that a little bit faster. So for me right now, it's definitely one of those times where with this bowling ball specifically, it's very speed sensitive for me. If I get too quick with it, it's not going to pick up. So definitely have to manage that. All right, throw one more. Okay, so not too bad. Again, very, very happy with what I see out of the bowling ball. So far, I think that on the condition I'm throwing it on, it's definitely playable. It's in play. For me specifically, I wouldn't probably throw this on a house shot. I got a lot of other equipment that I would prefer to use, but I think that for people that like to, throw urethane, in league, hey, this is definitely a ball that you can use. Very impressed with the color of the bowling ball and how it looks, and then really how it rolls. I honestly didn't have a whole lot of expectation today out of the ball, based off of my history on house shots and doing urethane bowling ball reviews. If you reference some of the previous videos we've done, the Purple Hammer and the Zen U on house shots, you can see that the window for those bowling balls is not very large. And I think that holds true to this also. As you can see, as I started the video, the bowling ball looked really good. Was able to get through the pins really well. Made that move left. Obviously did not recover from opening up the angles, and then going back right, you saw that it started to leave some of those flat tens, and even a wrap ten in there, which is a lot of the characteristics of what would happen when you throw urethane. The bowling ball is just, done hooking down lane, unable, to get through, get through the pocket the way that you want it to, which is where you would make that jump to a traditional reactive bowling ball. Make a move with your feet, probably your eyes a little bit, depending on the lane condition that you're throwing on. But overall, very pleased with the bowling ball and how it rolled today. So if you liked what you saw, hit up to, any of our 3 locations, 10 Back Pro Shop. Right now we're in Park Center Lane, so feel free to stop in. You can pre-order yours today, and add a new not urethane / urethane rolling bowling ball to your bag. All right, until next time, see you guys.